everyone, thank you for watching avivTarot, and today we are going to do a pick a card reading, and the pick a card reading is about who is my next partner. What's he or she like, like personality, when we'll meet them. If I could see a place, I'll try to pinpoint that, but we'll see if the cards tell us anything. But it's basically about personality, what they're like, and specific things that are about that person. And so we have 4 piles, 1, 2, 3, 4 different piles, and I will shuffle on screen, and I will leave all the shuffling in, just so that you can see everything is done in real time. But I will speed up the shuffling process just because it does take a while. It takes at least 3-4 minutes for me to shuffle a bunch of different decks. So I will put all of that in the timestamps below so you can skip the shuffling, or if you're interested in watching the shuffling, you can watch the speed up shuffling section part. Okay, and so we'll see what we have for each of the piles, and then and yeah. All right, so there's 4 piles, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then these are the corresponding pictures. If you pick whichever one that resonates with you, and I will see you at your pile. Okay. So for pile number 1, okay, I'm going to talk about this card first, and then we'll do the shuffling, and then you could skip through the shuffling, and we'll go into the reading of the cards that are picked out and stuff like that. So anyways, so for pile number 1, you got this card. It's number 47, and this card is called Physical Touch is Important. Okay, so from this card I can see that your person is a very polite, very gentleman, very old school, I would have to say. It's just from the how the two interact. Okay, and so if you're a guy, you're very gentleman-y, and if you're a girl, like your person, okay, the person that your future partner, it's not spouse, it could be spouse. We'll see what cards come up. Okay, but it's just your next partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, could be spouse, but it really is just the next partner. Okay, there's infinite potential. We'll see what happens if it's somebody that you'll marry or or not. We'll see what cards come up, and if I have a feeling that it's a potential marriage partner, then I will mention that and see how that resonates with you. Okay, so anyways, if your person, if you're a guy, or it doesn't matter, it's like the person that you're interested in, okay, your future partner is, if that person is a guy, then they're gonna be really gentleman-y. Okay, they're very old school. See how this person kneels and then giving like a kiss on the hand to the girl. And if you're a girl, your partner is a girl, your future partner is a girl, then they would be kind of old-fashioned as well. They're very elegant, very I would say very I just see this old school goddess kind of thing. They would very ladylike. That's how I think that's how I would put it. They're very ladylike. Okay, so it's have that kind of that feeling of it. It's I don't know, I just get the feelings of the 50s or the 60s or something like that. Okay, and then over here we have physical touch is important. So I think your person's love language is physical touch. Okay, they're a touchy-feely type of person. They express love through touch. Okay, so they would be a very huggy type of person, or yeah, so maybe they're type of people that like massages or something, you know, anything that has to do with physical touches. Okay, so their love language, I would say, is, because when I see that, my mind immediately goes to the love language thing, like about physical touch. Okay, so your person is all about physical touches. So they could be very sexual and sensual as well, because they like to cuddle. They like to, you know, hug you a lot. They're very touchy and feely, very expressive through touch. Okay, so now we're gonna start shuffling, and then we'll see what happens. All right. So let's take a look at your cards. We got, sorry, I started speaking Chinese. Anyways. All right, so we got soft-spoken. We got charismatic. We got thin and slender. Can you see? Okay. We got perfectionist, or like OCD. Asian. Interesting. So I did the same reading yesterday, but obviously with different shuffling and all that stuff. And but it was like in Chinese, and then Asian never showed up. It was all like European, Caucasian, Pacific Islander. It was so interesting, and Asian never once popped up, and it was like a Chinese reading. But anyways, I just thought it's very interesting. Like the energy and everything. So, I mean, obviously, because this is a general reading, so not everything's gonna match. Okay, so see whichever resonate with you. If a lot of things match, that's like, I'm amazed. Actually, I've got a lot of feedback yesterday from yesterday's video, and sorry, I got so many calls today. It just keeps like while I'm recording, it's annoying. But anyways, all right, so as I was saying, it says a lot of people, you know, left me comments and said that how it resonated with them, and how it hit a lot of points. Okay, so I just want to mention that not everything's gonna match, but it should hit a lot of points. And if it actually sounded like your person might be very much like you, okay, or you like someone that are very similar to you, you know. All right, okay, so for the tarot cards, we got change your focus. Oh, today we're not reading anything reversed, so I'm gonna flip everything over if it's reversed. Okay, so we got the crown chakra, change your focus. This is 5 of Cups, okay, in the regular tarot. And then we have share the love. This is 3 of Cups. I believe this is the 3 of the Cups card. 3 of Cups. And then over here we have the profession. We have energy healing, body work, heart's desire, and we have the 9th house, Cancer, Uranus. I'll shift everything over a little bit. Okay. And then we got the networker, guide, and beggar. And then these cards, we got organization, we got psychic, sorry, oh my gosh. Psychic protection, okay. I'm gonna put it here. Okay, and then these cards, the tea leaf cards, we got harp, rainbow, firecracker, elephant, and bowl. Okay, so this one is great happiness. The most difficult part of a situation is over. Excitement, a long journey, either physical or mental, and then plenty of material things. Okay, we don't have enough space, so I'm gonna put it here for now, and then we'll come back to it. Okay, because we're gonna start off with these traits first. Yep. So somebody came over and interrupted the reading again. So yeah, today, pile number 1, people, there's a lot of like interruptions, it seems like. So I feel like maybe it's like one of the signs, like for pile number 1, people, the next partner that you're gonna meet, there might be a delay, I feel like, because first of all, every time I try to do this, there were like 2 calls, and then somebody came over wanting to come over, but then and then they delayed it, you know. And also the thing is, like, we didn't pick out any time cards for pile number 1 as well. So I feel like there might be a delay for pile number 1, people, okay, meeting your next partner, because there is no timeline for when you'll be meeting this person. So it could be, I mean, it could take up to over a year or so, because usually, you know, tarot cards, I would say the energy should not last more than 6 months up to a year at the most. So right now, your current energy, it doesn't seem like this person will be showing up anytime soon. Okay, so that is the thing that I'm getting in with all the interruptions as well while I'm trying to do this reading. And you could probably tell, like, the camera shifted a little bit too, because I had to stop it and restart it and stuff like that. So anyways, that's one thing I'm noticing first for pile number 1's for person. Okay, and then so now let's start with these traits. Okay, so we have soft spoken, we have charismatic, we have thin and slender, perfectionist, and Asian. I think your person is first of all, we talked about how he or she is their love language is physical touch, and they might be a little soft spoken. It doesn't, see, the thing is, like, oftentimes if it's a guy, you know, if your person is a guy, we sometimes associate soft spoken as being not manly. Okay, so if you do like very manly person, soft spoken does not mean that the person is not manly. It's just that they probably are more They're more even-tempered, okay? They don't raise their voice very often. They're more soft-spoken, very gentle type of person, maybe caring, okay? So that's something I associate with soft-spoken. And the same thing with females. So they're very feminine, as we were talking about over here. So it's like I do very much get that 50s, 60s, back in the days, traditional, very gentlemanly or very ladylike vibe, okay, with the soft spoken as well. But your person is very charismatic. Ooh, oh my gosh, is very charismatic, and they're on the slender, thin type, okay? It does not mean that they're not like muscular. Some people are like thin but muscular too, so like for guys, but they are on the thin and slender side, okay? For some reason that card, just like saying that, you know, out loud and interpreting that card, like a message came through that it kind of like gives me a vibe of Gemini feel, because a lot of people, especially if the ascendant is in Gemini, they do have like a more slender look, okay? Perfectionist. If they're not a perfectionist, they have some kind of an OCD, okay? So maybe they're like a clean freak, or they need to organize things in a certain way. Oh my gosh, we have the organization here. So maybe they need to organize things in a certain way. So some kind of obsessive compulsive thing that they're obsessed about, okay? So like for me, I'm not like super cleanly type of person, but I do like things to be very well organized. I like my CDs, or I'm just taking myself as an example, okay? So like for example, I organize my books and CDs a certain way, and also like my tarot cards, I need to organize it a certain way, you know? So OCD could be in a lot of different areas, okay? So it could be in cleanliness, but it could be in other specific areas as well, okay? And I think it could come in the form of organization. So they have to have things lined up a certain way, you know? Okay. They might be Asian, or like some kind of a mix of any Asian, okay? See how that resonate with you. Does not have to be, but there is a possibility that this person might be an Asian, or some kind of a mix of an Asian, okay? All right, so the tarot card, we have change your focus, we have crown chakra, we have share the love, okay? So I'm pretty sure in this deck the green card is means it's the cups energy. Yeah, so yes, so that is 5 of cups and the 3 of cups, okay? So 5 of cups, this one, it says is change your focus. So this person, oh my gosh, okay, so originally I was like, what? And then my attention just quickly shift over to here. So OCD, change your focus. So I feel like people, your person, okay, might be some kind of a perfectionist, and then so like it's telling them to shift their focus away from being a perfectionist. So they're trying to not be so obsessive compulsive about certain things, okay? 5 of cups in the like the Rider-Waite tarot or something like that, it's about disappointments and not seeing the 2 full cups and stuff like that. So it is about changing your focus, not seeing things that you don't see, right? So I think your person might, before meeting you, okay, they might be really focused on, say, work or other type of things, okay? But now, after they meet you, or in right now, they're actually learning to shift their focus, and maybe they are changing. There is a energy of change, because 5 is about change. So I think this person might be changing a little bit, and so when they are, and maybe that's why there is no timeline, because they're in the process of metamorphosizing, if that's a word, okay? So they're in the process of changing, okay? And I think maybe I don't know, just the message coming through is like for every person that we met and having a relationship with, we have to thank the person, their exes, okay? Because each person that we meet and we have an association with, it kind of morphs us into the person who we are now. And then the next person we meet, we learn from them, and then it changes again. You know, we have a different perspective on things. And so it's kind of like that, okay? So they're in the process of morphing into this person that will be a good match for you. And I feel like that's what that card is about, okay? And then the crown chakra, they are very smart. Because crown chakra is all about thinking, about knowledge. Like, I think they think a lot. They use their head a lot. They're very, like, it's a lot of, like, that air energy, okay? Or like the swords, if you want to talk tarot terms, okay? The sword energy that this person likes to think. They're definitely a thinker. And maybe over here, it's not a third eye chakra, you know, but we do have this psychic protection card, and psychic, okay? So psychic is about the third eye chakra. And so, like, I feel like this person might be you know, a little bit of like a psychic or something, okay? They have really good intuition. If they're not psychic, they're just very intuitive, and they do think a lot. They like to use their mind and think about things, okay? And we do have the 9th house, which is the 9th house, the governing sign is Sagittarius, and Sagittarius love to talk about, you know, they like philosophies, okay? The 9th house is about philosophy. It's about, like, learning about things, okay? And it's also about traveling, okay? Like the spiritual values and long range traveling, okay? So they like to learn about things, especially things from very different from them, okay? So they have this, I think they're into, like, philosophy. If their profession is not involved with philosophy, then they like to read about philosophy and, you know, similar type of, like, that kind of line of knowledge, or not knowledge, but line of study along the same line of, like, philosophy type of, like, study. They like to think about things that are really complicated, okay? Very, like, mysterious, and they like to, like, ponder upon that, okay? They like that. That's what I get from, like, crown chakra. And then share the love. I feel like they are very, very friendly. They treat their friends great. They're like, all of their friends love them. They're amazing people. And it's also 3 of Cups is the regular tarot cards. Usually it's about 3 people holding a cup. It's about celebration. So I think, you know, if they go to a party, they would be like the center of the attention, okay? They might be the center of attention. They know people love them, okay? And they're very generous. They're very, very loving. We do have the Cancer card, and Cancer, as you know, are very, very loving, especially if they treat you or see you as their family. Oh, they're gonna protect you, okay? They are going to protect you with all their heart and soul. So you but then, you know, Cancer, you don't want to be on their bad side, because if when they want to protect their family, they're gonna be very aggressive. It is a crab, and they're gonna, like, use those crab legs, and, like, they're gonna hurt you, okay? So they're not very selfish type of person. They're very charismatic. They would be like the center of attention. They're very loving. They like to stay at home a lot too. They're a very homey person as well, okay? So they like to go out and party, but they don't have to, okay? They're okay with staying at home. They're a very homey person. They like staying at home. It makes them feel comfortable. Okay, so and then over here we have a network. Oh my gosh, okay. I didn't even notice this because I was just focused on this. Networker, it has that same kind of like feeling. It says the enhances unity through the sharing of information, sharing the love, engender social awareness and empathy. So yeah, they're a very good networker. They love to connect with other people. They are good at connecting with other people. They're very intuitive, like we said, and they're very knowledgeable. They can probably strike a conversation with anyone, you know, and again, because they're very knowledgeable, okay, about anything, especially like those like philosophies and that type of things, okay? So people like talking to them, and they're definitely a networker, very, very well connected, okay? And then a guide represents the nature of the divine life in yourself. But you know, I see a guide as in like a teacher or something, okay? So they like to give guidance, and it definitely has that Sagittarius feel, okay? That Sagittarius feel where they like to talk about like big things, about you know, how things work, and like reasoning with people, and like guiding people. They love being looked up upon, okay, and asking them for advice. They love that, okay? They like to give people guidance. They, you know, so it has that, and they're very good at it too, okay? And over here we have the beggar. Confronts empowerments at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. Beggar it doesn't necessarily mean like the literal sense of begging for money and stuff like that, because we don't have other cards that gives me the vibe that they're like having a financial struggle. So I think this beggar could mean that they actually do, you know, this guide and this beggar card like coming right up against each other. I feel like even though they appear very, very confident, they could be a little bit, you know, they like to seek validation sometimes, okay? Because when people look up to them, it makes them feel good. They like to, and maybe that's why they're like, they like to become very knowledgeable about certain topic. They like to, people admiring them. It's like, oh my God, you know about this knowledge, like no one else know about this. And maybe that's why they like to talk about philosophies, like those really hard stuff, okay? And like everybody will be like amazed. They like that, okay? It makes them feel good, and it has that kind of like seeking validations from other type of feeling, okay? So for pile number 1 people, they definitely, I would think that they like to be complimented, okay? They like hearing compliments. And Cancer, you know, it's funny because we do have the Cancer card over here, and I do have to say, like, sometimes I think Cancer is very insecure about a lot of things. So it has that feeling of like they like that validation, that, you know, knowing that people love them no matter what, okay? And when they're going a little crazy and too sensitive about things, as we know, Cancer are very, very sensitive, and they want to know that, you know, that unconditional love, that people will love them no matter what, and that compliment, like the compliment, they like to be complimented, okay? And I feel especially the guys, but girls as well, they definitely need people to compliment them so that they know, okay, I'm doing good. So it kind of like covers, it helps with their insecurities, okay? I mean, it doesn't mean that it's a good thing, but I mean, a lot of people are like that. They like being complimented. They want to know that people love them no matter what, and, you know, that kind of thing. So all right, so profession-wise, energy healing, body work, heart's desire. So I definitely think that they might be into, again, that philosophy, okay? So maybe not just about philosophies, but like laws of things, right? And also, I wanted to say like these mysterious stuff, you know, kind of that Scorpion governed energies, okay? So like mysterious things like astrology and things like that. I think they might also be very, very much into it as well. And so like this energy healing, it gives me that feeling of like those, you know, tarot cards, like, well, I'm doing right now, right? So they are not like skeptical about it. They believe that kind of things, that there are higher power in that governs the universe. If they're not religious, they might be very spiritual, okay? And they might be in the profession of energy healing, or like some kind of a psychic type of like medium or occupation, okay? They maybe they're a psychologist, okay? Like I kind of get that feeling as well, like a psychologist, okay? And body work, it's very interesting. Okay, so it's like massage. Oh wow, physical touch. They might be their life purpose involves body work, such as massage therapy, energy healing. So energy healing, we have it twice here. Physical therapy and exercise training. So they might be like a physician, okay? Or their job could actually involve this kind of like these two cards resonate because they're kind of like a touchy-feely kind of person. Physical touch is important, so their work might also involve, not if they're not a psychologist, it involves about like, you know, touching other people, like what do you call those people, like I want to say chiropractor, but no, like not psychiatrist, but yeah, that could be as well, psychologist, psychiatrist, physical therapy, that's what we have here, physical therapist, masseuse, because we talked about this too when I saw this card, which like that your person might like to, you know, get massages. So, but they might be involved with, massage therapy, like giving people massages, okay? Exercise trainer. So yeah, they might be a trainer. Also, they're into, you know, fitness and stuff like that. But like here, I see this because this tattoo. So I feel like they might be a tattoo artist or like an art artist as well, okay? Like a painter, but like, you know, like there are painters that paint on the body of people or something like that. But yeah, I have like that feeling of like a painter, sculptor, you know, that kind of thing as well, okay? Heart's desire. So it says the guiding and protecting you as your dreams become a reality. Heart's desire. I think they're the type of people that will follow what they're passionate about, okay? So they're not the kind of people that would complain about their work because they hate it. So they're doing their job because they're just doing it for the money. Whatever they do is because they're passionate about it and they believe in it and they love it, okay? They will only do things that they are in love with. They would only do things that they're passionate about, okay? So I don't have that feeling of that they're a complainer. And I think that's also what makes this person super charismatic, right? Because I think a complainer is not very charismatic. They complain all the time. They're so negative. You don't want to be with someone who is like that, right? But because they're not a complainer, they do things because they love it, and then they're very passionate about things, and so that makes them super charismatic. All right, so your person might be a Cancer, okay? And so they might have their sun in Cancer. They might also have Cancer in the 9th house, or their Uranus, okay, might be in Cancer, okay? So again, we were talking about that, you know, crown chakra in the 9th house. So your person might also, I do get that, a little bit of that Sagittarius feel, okay, a little bit of Sagittarius. And then Uranus is about it's the governing planet for Aquarius, okay? So it has that disruption feeling, okay? They're very eccentric, okay? They're open to a lot of things. It's a little bit of a destructive energy, Uranus is, because they're destructive because through destruction you rebuild new things, okay? They have like they're very inventive, okay? They're very inventive. And so like innovative is another word, okay? So like the destruction is not like this, like destroy things. It could, but I mean, we're actually, I think right now we're in the era of Aquarius, which is this Uranus energy, okay? Meaning Uranus is in Aquarius right now, and which is like all about innovation, okay? Taking down the old and then putting in this new surge of energy, which is very Aquarius. And there's a lot of like scientists and that are Aquarians, okay? So it has that energy as well. Okay, so your person might be having that kind of an energy. They might be like a scientist, that where we're talking about like psychologist, psychiatrist, scientist, okay? That's very crown chakra. They have a very innovative way of looking at things, okay? Having this Uranus showing up, and then that says you're very philosophical. But if you have your person if they have Cancer in the 9th house or Uranus in Cancer, then the energy is slightly different. The difference being, if the Uranus is in Cancer, then they might not be as innovative, okay? They will be a little bit less of a risk taker. They probably will play things a lot safer. So it'll be kind of opposite of what I just said. So there's that two different energy, okay? So if we're just seeing Uranus by itself, then it's governed by Aquarius, so that's definitely very innovative, a risk taker. But if your person has Uranus in Cancer, then the energy actually becomes a less of a risk taker. They like to play things a little bit safe, okay? Their emotions a lot more important, okay? All their actions will based off of their emotions, how they feel, okay, about things. So it will have a little bit of that, okay? And then if your person has Cancer in the 9th house, and how would that manifest in this person's personality, okay? And so this person would actually because 9th house is about long travel, about traveling abroad and stuff like that, and Cancer is a very homey person, very homey vibe, okay? So they actually might not like to travel a lot, okay? They prefer sitting at home, maybe watching TV about these. They like to gather their knowledge, okay, through maybe reading or TV or something, instead of leaving the comfort of their home, okay? So they still have this energy, but they're a little bit more stabler. They like to have a little bit more stable energy instead of like this disruptive type of energy. They like to stay at home. Their emotions is a lot like more important, okay? Like they would base all their actions and everything upon their emotions, how they feel at that time. So they would actually change a lot, okay? At one moment, because they feel like this, they will be like all whatever and all agreeable, say, and then the next day all of a sudden they're getting all emotional and stuff, and then they'll be like, no, I don't feel like that anymore. And so sometimes you might get a little bit confused. What do they want? Because they actually don't know it themselves. They don't know what they want either, okay? Because their emotions govern them, their actions, their behavior most of the time. So your person might be a little bit like that, okay? I know it doesn't sound too charismatic when you get like a little bit too like fickle, but it is very Cancer type of energy, okay? When their emotions get in the way, okay? So now let's take a look at this. But you know what though? Because they do have this Cancer, that's why they're psychic. My mom is a Cancer. She actually has a lot of fortune telling dreams. Like she's like, I dreamt about this, and then it actually happened. So like it's kind of crazy. So they might be a little psychic as well, okay? Okay, so plenty of material things, We talked about the like bull. So yeah, that's why I see over here when we talked about the beggar, I really don't get the feel that they have financial trouble. So I feel like this beggar actually means that they really like to seek for outside validation. Okay, so they like to seek approvals from others, and so that then they feel better about themselves. There's like a little bit of insecurity within them. Okay, but financially they're actually pretty well off. Okay, they're pretty well off. They're not like they're not financially struggling. Okay, you're a person, so you probably don't have to worry about financial situation when you're with this person. I mean, they're a perfectionist. If they're also Asian, they probably will not let themselves. Not that all Asians are like that, but the stereotype is that Asians are all good with math or something like that, right? So we would, and we like to save. So it's less likely that this person will have like a financial struggle, but we do have this as a confirmation that they're pretty financially well off. Okay, not like super rich, but things that you want. If you want to have a good meal, if you want to travel once or twice a year, you're not going to be like stranded with money and can't afford that. Okay, those things you can afford, or your person can afford. Okay, so over here we have long journey, either physical or mental. This wiser at the end, I feel like this kind of corresponds with this 9th house energy. Okay, so they're very they like that physical the mental like intelligence things, like philosophies or something like that. Okay, but physical, they also it has that too, physical journey, right? They like traveling and stuff like that. But I don't feel, because of this Cancer energy, I don't feel like they're the kind of person that would like travel constantly. They're okay with like traveling once or twice a year, like a long-term thing. They don't mind maybe like short-term, like over the weekend type of things. That's okay. But like a long-term where it's like 2-3 weeks going abroad or something like that, they can probably be okay with it like just once or twice a year. And that's all they can handle, because they really like to stay at the comfort of their own home. But they do like but the thing is, like with the traveling, it's because it kind of they like that. Okay, they like knowing different cultures, learning about different cultures. They like that. They're very crown chakra. They like knowledge, definitely. And if you can experience it firsthand, even better. But they just prefer sometimes stay at home and learn it through TV or something. Okay, so excitement. I feel this is kind of this energy of like being the center of the party, the networker. So like, and very charismatic type of things. So like they do get excited quite often. I don't know, for some reason it makes me feel like sometimes they're very childlike. Okay, how like children get happy like or excited really easily. So they have that kind of like in like that children vibe sometimes, and you find it very cute and charismatic as well. Okay, so doesn't matter how old they get, sometimes they would act like a little child, and that's very cute. So they never lose that youthfulness about them. And then over here, the most difficult part of a situation is over. So I think they have experienced a lot of disappointments in life. They probably have experienced a lot of different experiences throughout life. And when they meet you, it's like all of their sufferings, they can forget about that, or no, they'll learn from it. They're not going to forget it. They'll be healed. Okay, they will feel like they're being healed by you, and they'll realize like, oh my God, all of the troubles and difficult situations in their life are coming to an end, and they'll feel very, very grateful when they meet you. Okay, and you'll feel really, 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 really grateful when you meet them too, because they have all these experience from before, but it doesn't mean that they're going to have these baggage that they're carrying, which will bring into your relationship. I feel like they're wise enough not to do that. Okay, and maybe that's what's what's changing in them as well, like not to bring baggages into each of their relationship, and each relationship it's a new start, and they'll learn new things from it, okay, and become a better and better and better person. And then over here, great happiness. So I think this is going to be a really good, happy relationship with this next partner. You guys are gonna be able to overcome a lot of difficulties, okay? You might be actually very different from this person, I feel. But then you guys are going to overcome all of these differences, and then come together and become stronger and stronger with each obstacle that you overcome, okay? So I do have that kind of feeling. You guys might be very different, or you might be very similar, but I have a stronger feeling that you're going to be very different from your person, actually, okay? All right, lastly, we have these magical cards, which we talked about: the organization, the psychic protection. I keep wanting to say physic. Oh my god, I don't know why. Okay, psychic protection. But these are magical cards. So these are two like magic spell, okay, that you can chant. You can write it down in a notebook, so that you can, chant it whenever you remember throughout the day. I would say maybe 2 or 3 times, so that you can bring, if you haven't met this person yet, you can bring this person into your life. Or if, you've seen, who this may be, but you're not together yet, you can try to chant these 2 spells so that you guys can be together, okay? And maybe you can even write it down below in the comment section, and then have other people, liking your comments and sending you good vibes and good energy, okay, to help you attract this person into your life. So first of all, we have this: purpose, planning, efficiency, now come to me so easily. Purpose, planning, efficiency, now come to me so easily. That's the first one. You can like chant both, or you can just pick one, with whichever one that you resonate with the most. But yeah, around me now a shield of gold, protecting me strong and bold. Around me now a shield of gold, protecting me strong and bold. Okay, so these are the 2 spell cards for pile number 1, people to help bring your person into your life, okay? Or to strengthen, if you know who this is, to strengthen your relationship too. All right. This is your next partner, but you might be like almost with them, or just like one step, right? Okay, so that's what I see for pile number 1, people, with your next what they're like, your next partner. Yeah, I don't see a time card for pile number 1. If we really wanted to give it a time, but maybe Cancer can be like a sign, okay? So maybe in the months of July, if you're watching this video right now as I upload it, which is in July, I really don't feel like it's this July, okay, June or July. I feel like if anything it would be next year, June or July, okay, if you really want to put a timestamp on it. But yeah, I definitely do think it's going to take at least 6 months to a year for this person to show up, if you have not seen this person yet. It might even be a little bit longer, but just because there's no time card showing up, so it might pass like until next July or something like that. But your energy might shift too, so you might be able to manifest this person into your life a little bit faster too. So chant these 2. We'll see what happens. All right, so you can leave me comments in the comment section below, and this is what I see for pile number 1. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. So pile number 2. We have spending some quality time together. All right. So for pile number 2, I think your person might be the kind of people that values quality time. So their love language might be spending time, and not just spending time, but quality time. Okay. So it's not the length of it, but how you spend it. Okay. With the love, or your person, this is how what they're like. Okay, so they care about spending quality time with their loved ones. Okay, and so they really care about spending time with people. And so, like, meaning that they care about, so meaning if when you guys are together, they will make time, okay, for you. Even they might be super busy, but they will always make time to see you. Okay, they will, even if it's only for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, they will come and see you and show that they care about you. And that's how that's their love language, I feel like. Okay, that's their love language. And so when they show signs of this, you have to, if your love language is different, this is how they showed their love, okay, to you. They're the kind of person that would spend quality time with their loved ones. Okay, and then over here, I feel like, look at this, they're like two people kissing. It's like the cutest thing, and then right behind it is in the moon. Okay, so I feel like your person might be very, very intuitive, and they like to they like the outdoors, okay, too. But just the moon is so prominent. Okay, I feel like your person might be very intuitive. And then this little lamp catches my eye a lot, and I keep, like, I realize it's just a lamp, but like if you just quickly glance over it, it looks like a heart, doesn't it? It looks like a heart glowing. So I feel like your person is a very, very warm, loving person. Okay, very, very warm and loving person. And they might be a night owl. I don't know, just because the moon, they might be a night owl too. Oh, I think they're in like a boat. I just realized, like, they're in a boat. Reminds me of like Little Mermaid or something. That is so cute. So I think your person might like, they're very romantic. They're very romantic. They might surprise you with like little things, okay? Not just spending quality time with you, but sometimes they would do like little things and surprise you with it. Like very romantic things that you would not think of, and you'll be really surprised by what they do, like what they do for you, okay? Planning out things and then like surprise. Like I really get that kind of feeling, okay, from this card. And your person's a romantic for sure. Okay, let's see what we get from the cards. You can, if you want to watch the shuffling, you can. I will speed up the shuffling when I edit the video, okay? So you can watch it, but if not, you can go to the timestamp below and click on when the reading starts, okay, and then skip the shuffling part. Okay, so pile number 2, we got Book Smart, Short Hair. Oh wow, we got Charismatic again. We got Passive. We got Stubborn. All right, we'll see how that translates with the rest of the card. So the tarot cards we got. So we're not reading reversals today, so I will flip over the reverse cards over. So first of all, we got this is challenging times. Okay. I believe that is the 5 of Swords. And then we have Spread Your Wings. I think this is 2 of Swords. But I'll double check. And then we have Release. I think that's the Death card in this deck. Okay. And then the magic spell card, we got Sensuality and Knowledge. Oh my gosh, Knowledge, Book Smart. Wow, okay. And then we have the Vampire. Ooh. The Death right next to it is the Vampire. Oh my gosh, the Beggar card again. The Networker card again. Okay. We have similar energies. I mean, at least 2. These 2 is. And the Charismatic. All right, so here we have Aries, Jupiter. That's nice. First house. Oh, wow. Okay. First house is almost equivalent to Aries because it is governed by Aries. Very nice. Leadership, that corresponds with that as well. And then we have Healer. And then we have Yoga. Okay, Healer and Yoga kind of matches. And then over here we have the V, which is Victory in some endeavors. Torch. We don't have enough space, so I'm gonna do these cards. I mean, I'll put it here, but you might not be able to see everything. We have the Torch, Spiritual Development, Enlightenment, Awareness, and Understanding. We have the Eye, Psychic Ability. Oh my goodness. Okay, definitely, I think pile number 1 and then pile number 2 might have very similar energy. I feel like people who chose pile number 1 or 2, you might be watching both, I almost feel. Okay, anyways, because we have similar energies coming up. And then over here we have Rabbit, too much concern with sexual matter, sensuality. Yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. Okay. All right. So, okay, so these are the Wands card in the regular deck. Okay, so that's a 5 of Wands and a 2 of Wands. And your person is very book smart. Okay, very which we have like same card coming out, which is with knowledge. Okay, so definitely this number 2 person, number 2 of Viv's, your person is very smart. So not only they're very romantic, which is, oh my gosh, over here we have like the Rabbit, sexual matter and sensuality. So they're definitely very romantic. Okay, but they're also very book smart and knowledgeable, very charismatic. They're short-haired. They're a little passive. Okay, so they might not take the lead to do some things, or you might have to tell them what you like, what you don't like. And and then tell them what they should do, and then they'll do it. Okay, so they're a little bit passive, not very aggressive type of person, which is interesting because we do have Aries, and Aries is absolutely aggressive. They will take the charge, and there's leadership. So we have a little bit of a contradicting energy here. So I feel like for pile number 2 people or people who avivs who chose pile number 2, it's probably kind of split into 2 different groups. One group, your person is going to be very passive, okay? The other type is going to be super fiery and will take the lead and charging ahead and that kind of thing, okay? I know over here we have stubborn, and I feel like stubborn and 5 of Wands kind of like resonate with each other a little bit, okay? And I do have to say Aries has a little bit of that stubborn energy too, because once they make up their mind and they want to do something, they're gonna do it, okay? And no matter what people tell them or warn them against the stuff that they wanted to do, if they want to do something, they're gonna go and do it, okay? And if it doesn't work out, they want to know it by doing it themselves. And then they realize, oh, okay, so they are right. They just wanted to prove people right and wrong by doing it no matter what other people say. They're very, very, I would say confident about themselves, but also very, very, in a bad way, I guess you can say. It's like very egoistic, okay? So they want to do, or selfish in some ways, that they wanted to, if they want to do something, they'll do it, okay? No matter what people say. That's basically it, okay? Challenging times, okay? So 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands is about conflict, okay? Fighting. So I do think pile number 2, you and your person, you might be if you have not met this person yet, okay? When you do meet this person, you might not see eye to eye on a lot of things. There might be things that you guys need to, you're going to have passionate energy for sure. There's like Jupiter is governed by Sagittarius, so that's a fire sign, okay? So, and then we have 2 Wands, a lot of fiery energy, okay, for sure, for pile number 2. Even though there is this passive card, I'm trying to get a hold of what this, because only this card shows passive, okay? So maybe in certain areas they're a little passive, but definitely they're very fiery. They will take the lead on most of everything, okay? On a lot of stuff. So, oh my gosh, I just lost my train of thought. But yeah, so, challenging. So you might not see a lot of things eye to eye with this person. You might be, you'll definitely have a lot of passionate, sex or passionate love with each other. And you guys are going to love very passionately, okay? But you guys are going to also argue passionately as well, okay? Because I have a feeling like for my pile number 2 people, it's very similar to pile number 1, because I did say that too, that most likely pile number 1's person is going to be most likely very different from them. And I get that same kind of energy for pile number 2, that you guys are going to have kind of opposite energy, like opposite attracts, okay? So that feeling, okay, that opposite attract feeling for pile number 2 avivs and your person, okay? Okay, yeah. And then over here, spread your wings. Yeah, they definitely, like I was saying, once they set their mind to do something, they're gonna do it. And they want to be the best at what they do. They want to be in the lead, okay? My sister has a lot. She's a Pisces, but she has a lot of Aries in her birth chart, okay? And one thing that it's so Aries, and she said it once when she was driving, and she said, I hate seeing people in front of me. She wants to always be in the lead, okay? So that's a very Aries thing to say. I hate seeing people in front of me. Okay, so they like to be the leader of things. They hate seeing people ahead of them, being better than them. They, yeah, they like to take charge. So if you hate wishy-washy people, okay, pile number 2 of Vivs, your person, you don't have to worry. They will take charge. But then with the good comes the bad. They're going to be pretty stubborn, okay? They are not going to listen to you once they set their mind to it. But they're definitely they will definitely once they see their thing, they will go and just charge ahead and do things, okay? So over here we have the Death card, okay? Release. And I think that, so there is a little bit of that Scorpio energy as well, okay? So there is transformation, because we do have this card, which is number 5, which is about change, okay? And release or death card in the tarot is about transformation, and it's about letting go of things, okay? So so maybe because they're so Aries and they like to take charge, they like to be in control of things, okay? I think it's one of their lessons to learn to release that grasp on things, their control on things, okay? Maybe this passive means that they need to learn to let people take charge too, instead of then charging ahead and doing things, okay? So maybe that's a lesson that they have to learn, okay? Try to be a little bit more passive instead of being aggressive all the time. Yeah, so they need to learn to like let go of control, release that passionate energy and being in like this fiery energy all the time. They gotta like learn to chill a little bit, okay? Learn to chill a little. All right, so Vampire over here, we have makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force, okay? Beggar, it confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority and humility, compassion, and self-esteem. Over here we have the networker, enhances unity through sharing information, engenders social awareness and empathy. So yes, your person is a networker, okay? They're very good at connecting with people, making connections. They're very good at it, or they're already very well connected, okay? Like I said, they're a leadership. So I have a feeling that for pile number 2 person, your person might be like an owner of a business, okay? If they're not an owner of a business yet, they're an entrepreneur, okay? They like to be the boss of things, okay? Like what I just said, they don't like seeing other people in front of them. So they don't like to answer to other people. And I know this beggar card came up, okay? But this beggar card is almost like the same as this passive thing, okay? They need to show their weaknesses a little bit. They don't like to show their weaknesses. They don't like to be in that in the position of disadvantage, okay? They don't like to beg people for things. They want to be the one that's giving things to people and having other people appreciate them. They don't like to answer to people. They want people to answer to them, okay? So it's a lot of that kind of energy I feel for pile number 2. So that's why they probably wouldn't work very well for someone. And so if they did, I think it's definitely going to constantly be on their mind that one day I'm going to open my own business and I'm not going to answer to anyone. I am going to only answer to myself, okay? And my clients, of course, but they hate being the idea of working for someone. They want to be the owner of a big business. And if they do, they're probably not going to strive for being just like a mediocre business. They want to be the top of something. They want to be the best at this business, okay? At least that's their goal, okay? Over here we have the vampire. So make sure you're aware that someone or something is draining your life force. That vampire, like sucking on things. So maybe for pile number 2, people avivs, that you want to be a little bit careful. I almost, maybe this is like this person, because they're so fiery, they might be a little bit draining on your energy, because they're going to be super energetic all the time, and you might be like, calm down, like just chill for a little bit, okay? But they're going to be, if you're not the same kind of person, because I did have the sense of feeling that you guys are very, very different from each other. So you might be the laid back type, okay? And so this person who's active all the time, want to be very aggressive, want to be always on the run, you might kind of just, and they might want you to be like that, okay? And so they can't stand that you just sitting there not doing anything and chilling all the time. And yeah, I don't know, this vampire thing is kind of like that you feel tired looking at them running around all the time, and but then they think like, hey, you're just being lazy, you gotta get your butt up from the couch and do stuff, you know? So I kind of get that, a little bit of that energy out of this, okay? Didn't we have something about that? Feeling tied down or frustrated. Okay, no. Yeah, see over here we have the victory in some endeavor. So that's what I was feeling about, like if they're gonna build a business, they want to be the best, okay, in that thing that they're gonna do. They can't stand being the second best. If they're gonna do something, they want to be the best, okay? At least that's something that they're gonna keep trying and achieve, okay? So they're very, very ambitious. I get that, very ambitious feeling, okay? And then they have this Jupiter. Jupiter is all about good fortune, okay? It's governed by Sagittarius. Again, still a very fiery energy. So Sagittarius, very good at, networking, socializing with people, philosopher, and all that stuff. But your person is actually really lucky. Oftentimes, whatever they want to achieve, they will be able to achieve it, okay? Sometimes you'll think like, oh my god, this person, you're so like aggressive, how can people stand you? Or like you should have failed like a lot of times already. But no, your person's lucky. They usually get what they want. And they're just lucky being at the right place at the right time, and then having that opportunity, and they seize that opportunity and just got it, and it worked out for them, okay? And it definitely has that feeling of it, okay? And also not just that, it's not just only luck, okay? Of course you're prepared, and you work hard as well. So like as I was saying, they're very aggressive, so they're gonna have more opportunities that's gonna come in their way compared to people who are very passive and waiting for things to fall in their lap. No, they're the kind of person that will make things happen for themselves, okay? So they're not gonna wait around for things to happen. They're the kind of person that will create opportunities for other people to get, for sure, okay, too. It has that energy as well. And your person's very smart, very knowledgeable, okay? Very, very smart, very, very knowledgeable. And so like so it's not just pure luck. It's, again, being at the right place at the right time, and also very well prepared, and then having that luck. Everything combined, making them a very successful, victorious person, or business person, or just successful person, okay? But you know, of course they have their downfall again. They're stubborn, sensual. Over here, the rabbit, okay, too much concern with sexual matters, okay. They might be a little bit of that player type, okay. They might be a little like a player, because they're very charismatic, okay. So they could be a playgirl or playboy. I definitely, if it's a guy, I definitely get that playboy vibe, okay. Girls maybe not as much, because being so aggressive sometimes could be intimidating for guys. But if you attract the right type of guys who are also equally confident and aggressive, and they're gonna think like you're amazing, like for the girls, okay. So the avivs that are watching this, I think you might like this kind of girl who are very aggressive and go-getter, okay. But they do, and I think because they're so aggressive and stuff like that, they would be the same when it comes to love as well. So when they see someone that they like, they're gonna go and get it, okay. They're gonna go and swoop them off the floor. And same thing for girls, they will just go, and if they like you, you will know, okay. But at the same time, you're probably not their only choice, okay. They're very, very sexual, very sensual, very romantic. They can get any guys they want, okay. And they're usually very lucky too. They will get everything that they wanted. I would definitely say they're like a manifester as well, okay. They're very good at manifesting things into their life. All right, so here's yoga. Your life enhances stretching and exercising. So I feel like this pile number 2's person might be very sporty, but maybe that's when this passive card becomes that, okay. Yoga is it's not a very active type of work out, okay, exercise. So it's very chilled, okay. So maybe that's that, okay. So that's when this person will chill down a little bit, is when they do meditation and yoga, if they are that. And there's healer as well. So you have the spiritual gift to heal others. But it's very interesting that the card shows a surgeon, okay. So if this person is not an entrepreneur, not a business owner, they might be a doctor, okay. They might be a doctor, because we do have knowledgeable and book smart. And doctor, you know, if they're a doctor, they're gonna be that specialist, okay, at that thing that they do. And they're gonna be that who people will seek out and say, I want this person to do surgery for me, okay, because they're very good at what they do. You know, I almost get another feeling of this passive card, is that they're very, very attention to detail. I don't know why it's passive. I don't know where I got that attention to detail. Maybe because of this doctor card, okay, because I just feel like, despite of the fact that they're very aggressive, they look like they don't see the details, because just the connotation of people who are aggressive and go-getter and stuff like that, they're not that earthy energy where they look at every single detail. But just the fact that they're a healer as well, that maybe this passive card also means that they're very detailed person as well. And maybe that's why the combination of it makes them very successful and victorious, okay. They're not only like has that passion to and aggressiveness go after whatever they want, but they will also be very detailed at you know, looking at the detail of things as well, and keeping those in line, okay. So there's that. And then the leadership. All right, so we'll talk about this Aries. We kind of talked about that already, okay. So Aries in the first house is almost the same thing. I mean, first house is about yourself. So they do everything they do. I think your person they're gonna seem a little selfish at times, and but you know, sometimes that's what makes a person charismatic and confident, like looking like they're very confident, because they don't care about what other people think. They will just do, once they know if this is the right thing to do and they made up their mind, they're just gonna do it. And if they fail, it's okay. They are not afraid of failure. Okay? They're not afraid of failures. And I think that's also what makes successful people successful, because they're not afraid to fail. Each failure, they're going to learn from it, and then they'll build upon that, and the second try is going to be better. Okay? They're going to learn from that mistake and make it better. So it has that kind of feel of it. And so also your person might also have, if Aries in first house, it's just emphasizing that Aries energy a lot. Okay, so what we already said, they like to be in the lead, they're very aggressive, they're very passionate, they go and get whatever they want. But if they're they also might be having Aries in their Jupiter might be in Aries, or again, Jupiter is governed by Sagittarius, is also a fire sign. So having Aries in Jupiter just means that they it's still a fire sign. The only thing is that their luck, we kind of covered this a little bit, that their good fortune comes from them making it happen. Okay, when they make things happen for themselves, people think that they look like it looks like it's luck, but no, it's also because everything combined. Okay, they work hard, they're confident, they're very knowledgeable, and once they set their goal, they're not going to let failure stop them. They're going to keep going until they succeed. And in some way, it looks like luck and good fortune, but it's also a lot of preparation and hard work. And that's what I feel about this. Okay, and so and if they feel like they lack knowledge and stuff like that, they will go and learn more about it. Okay, maybe that's what this death card is. They're not scared about failure. Each failure is a new start in making you a much better person, a much wiser person. Okay, so it has that energy over that. And again, feeling tied down, and also this rabbit about too much concern about sexual matter. I feel like this kind of a little bit hand in hand again, but we talked about that playgirl, playboy vibe too. Okay, if they're not that, they do attract a lot of people to them because they're so charismatic. Okay, if they're not aggressively seeking out people, you know, like relationships, to be in a relationship and stuff like that, because their personality, they attract people to them even if they're not actively looking for people. Does that make sense? And then over here, they do have, I think their psychic ability comes in the form of they know what they wanted to do and they will do it. And again, like what I was saying, like about manifesting, they can manifest anything into your life because they have a really strong mind, a very focused mind once they set their goal. And that could seem as like a psychic ability or like this intuition, and they know what they want. They're not the wishy-washy type. Okay, once they figure out what they want, they're just going to trust it and they're just going to go at it. Okay. And then over here, the torch, spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. Okay, so this kind of corresponds with this. I think as they grow older, I feel they might become a little bit more like this. If they're at a younger stage, like they're still in their 20s or something, I feel like they're a lot more aggressive and stubborn and argumentative and that kind of thing. But I think when they hit 30s or 40s, they might chill a little bit. They're still gonna be like this. Okay, they're not gonna not be like this stubborn, aggressive, challenging, argumentative person. It's just that they might chill a little bit and they might accept this spiritual enlightenment and like this yoga, this kind of spiritual realm. They'll accept it a little bit more. But when they're younger, they definitely believe in themselves and only themselves. Okay, as they grow older, they might believe that there's greater force above them and that kind of things, but definitely they believe you are the master of your life and you make things happen. Okay, so that's what I see for pile number 2's person. Okay, we forgot this too. The spell card. So the sensuality, we talked about it in the knowledge too. You know, so if you feel like this person's already in your life, but you're not in a relationship with them, and you are attracted to them and you want to attract them into your life so that you are in a relationship together, maybe you can try these 2 spells and see if you could attract them into your life a little bit more. Okay, and I would chant them. Maybe you can pick one or both of them to chant, and I would probably do it like 2 or 3 times a day, every day, until this person in your life. And or you can actually write these down in the comment section below so that you can and then other people, when you see it, try to hit like and provide them positive vibes and energy so that it helps them attract this person into their lives. And because we don't have a time card for pile number 2 person, I would say that if you really want to put a timestamp on it, I don't know, for some reason I feel this card jumps out at me a little bit because it's about Scorpio. So like I was thinking maybe November, but it could be this coming November or next November, because the reason no time card showed up, I have a feeling, is that it might be taking longer than a year. Okay, 6 months to a year again. So if it's this November, I would be a little bit surprised. Most likely next November. And then Aries. Okay, so Aries, that's March, April, end of March, April. So maybe next year, March or April. So that's about 6 months or so from now too. So that seems right about the right time. But and then November maybe of next year, that you might be meeting this person, if this person has not show up in your life yet. Okay. But because there's also a possibility with no time cards showing, is that pile number 2 people, you might have met this person already. This person might be in your life already. That's why there's no time card too. Okay. But if you're for sure that you have not met this person, none of the people that you're trying to think of, they don't match this description. So maybe next March or April or November. Okay, depending on when you find this video. Okay, so it's like about a 6 months to about a year or so timeline, if you really want it, because that's how I feel about tarot cards, is that it's a 6 months to about a year at the most. The energy will last about that, because there's too much. We change all the time. We're constantly changing. Our vibration is constantly different. Okay, our energy is different, because when we think differently, behave differently, we're gonna do things differently, and that's gonna change us. Our energy is gonna shift. So I would definitely think it's 6 months to a year maximum. Yeah. All right. So the 2 spells. Let me connect above and below. Let the knowledge of ancestors flow. Let me connect above and below. Let the knowledge of ancestors flow. All right, so the second one is your freedom flowing from far away. I dance, I love, I laugh, I play. Your freedom flowing from far away. I dance, I love, I laugh, I play. All right, so these are the 2 spells that you can chant 2 or 3 times a day, and also you can leave in the comment section below so people can help you send good vibes and energy in your way as well. And don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to my channel and my video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye. Pile number 3. All right, so we got act as if your partner is here. Okay, so I feel like for pile number 3, your person is I don't know, maybe they believe in law of attraction. That's the first thing that came to my mind when I see this line, act as if your partner is here. And that's always like you know, those law of attraction videos or books or whatever, they always talk about like living in the end or something like that. Act as if this person is already here. So your person might be somebody who believe in law of attraction, okay? And but also I think they are very they're very easily satisfied. I get that feeling. They're good with their imagination because it's act as if your partner is here, right? So I think they're very good with they're very imaginative, okay? They might be a really good dancer. Look at this people, they're dancing, okay? They're leaping across the field. So I think they might be a really good dancer, or they love dancing, okay? They are, I just have a feeling of like gracious, okay? They're very appreciative. They're very gracious of things. They get satisfied very easily, and they might be a little artsy, but I feel like they're very good at these bodily stuff, okay? Like dancing, exercising, sports, or something like that, okay? Yeah. Okay, let's see what the remaining cards. We're gonna do a shuffling. So if you want to skip the shuffling part, just go to the timestamp below. There's that second timestamp in below, so you can click on that. But if you want to watch this shuffling and feel like you're part of this like real time reading, live reading or something like that, you're more than welcome to watch this. I'm gonna speed up the shuffling a little bit, okay? So thoughtful, tan skin, sexy. That kind of go. Humorous and muscular and sexy and tan skin. Nice. So muscular could also be like just very fit, okay? So it doesn't have to be like bulgy, but just very fit, tan skin, and very sexy. I like this pile already. I mean, just from this card. That's my personal preference, but yeah. All right, so let's see what we got for tarot cards. If anything, we're not reading reversals today, so if there's cards reversed, I'll flip them around. Okay. So we got Opportunity Beckons. This is 4 of Cups in the regular tarot. Okay. This one is Refuse to See, and I believe this is 2 of Swords. Oh my goodness, Crown Chakra showed up again. Okay, Crown Chakra. Sensitivity. That kind of go with this. Thoughtfulness. Career change. Light and love. Let me move this a little. Okay. So we got Warrior. Nice. Scribe. Okay. A Martyr. Like this kind of go, the Warrior and the Martyr. Okay, we have the Pluto. That kind of has that martyr feeling as well. And then we have Sagittarius in the 4th house. Okay, that makes sense a little bit. I'll explain why. I mean, to other things. Oh my God. Look at this. Love and true love come to me. Okay, I didn't pick any deck to, I haven't been picking out any of my own piles like when I did readings now, because I feel that is, I can make the most objective reading because I didn't pick any piles. I wish I picked this file. This file, okay. Anyways, true love come to me. And love. All right, so, and then lastly, we have these cards. And then this is the only one that we actually got a time too. Pile number 1 and pile number 2, a time card never came out, like from the drawing. Okay, I have to say when I picked them out, because you can't see my face, I look away and I close my eyes when I drew the cards, okay? So I actually can't see the colors, okay, or where I'm picking. So yeah, in case you're wondering. So we got the ladder, climbing towards success, September, hills, obstacles to overcome, crib, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. That's nice. An angel. Oh my gosh, this is kind of like this. Light and love. Spiritual guidance, protection from harm. You know what? I feel like definitely pile number 3, you have angels around you for sure. You got true love and the love card. This is a new deck. I only got it for maybe like 2-3 weeks. And I've done readings for myself, and I tried so many times to try to have these 2 cards pop out, and it never came out. That's how lucky pile number 3 people you are, okay? And this is how you know I didn't pick any of the piles, and I didn't pick this file, so I wish I did. Anyways. All right, let's see what, I get a really good vibe from this pile. Not that pile number 2 and pile number 1 has a bad vibe, but it's just the energy of this pile. And the cards, how it, I don't know, just all the cards corresponding to each other. It just gets a pretty good vibe. All right. Okay. All right, so where should we start? Okay. I feel like let's start with this, light and love, and then we got all the love cards, and then we talked about how your person is definitely a very easily satisfied. And this is a good thing, okay? It's not that, you know, they're easily satisfied and then they don't do anything else type of like passive energy. But I feel like they get satisfied. They're very gracious, very grateful of things coming into your life, coming into their life. And I do feel like pile number 3, your person definitely believes in law of attraction. If not, pile number 3 people, the pile number 3 avivs who chose this pile number 3, okay, you guys believe in law of attraction, one or the other, okay, because this is one of the lines from law of attraction, and I just keep hearing law of attraction, law of attraction, law of attraction. And so you have all these cards that kind of like similar energy to each other. Okay. This person's very sexy. They're sensitive. And then, so I feel sensitive and thoughtful actually comes a little bit hand in hand. Okay. So they're very sensitive. So that's why they can feel out what people are feeling. Okay. They could sense, okay, this person or you are not feeling well, not feeling good, or like something's troubling you. And then so they would be very thoughtful. They'll like, you know, be more attentive to you, and will do things before you even ask them to do, okay? And at the same time, they're humorous and sexy. Oh my gosh, this is like the perfect person, okay? Tan skin, muscular, there's, you know, we don't have to explain. Those are pretty self-explanatory. All right, so now we're going to talk about the tarot cards, okay? So this person is very knowledgeable because we do have the crown chakra. They like to think about things. And then this is so interesting because we have the Sagittarius card, okay? And every time this Sagittarius card comes out, at least today, okay, in today's reading, this because pile number 1 actually got the crown chakra too. They didn't get the Sagittarius card, but they got the 9th house, which is the house that Sagittarius governs, okay, and so it's like the similar energy, because Sagittarius is about, they're very into philosophy, and they like they're a thinker, okay, they like to reason things, so they're very much up in their head a lot, okay, so I mean, next to that, I would think it's like Gemini or something, okay? They would also have this crown chakra energy as well, like always in their head, thinking about things, very, very smart, very, very knowledgeable, philosophies, mysterious stuff. And then we got the Pluto, which is governed by Scorpio. And Pluto itself is about like secrecy, mysterious, like all these like unknown energy. Okay, it's a little destructive too as well because it's Pluto, but definitely because it's the governing planet for Scorpio, and so it also has that energy of or feelings of psychic ability, okay, and sensitivity, like very like you can sense like unknown energies around, okay. So this sensitivity could also mean or correspond to this Pluto energy, where you can sense other people's energy or other people's like vibrations or feelings of things, okay. So it has that, okay. Yes, okay. So the only thing is, not the only thing, but like one of the things over here, we do have this 2 of Swords, okay, refusing to see. I feel like for pile number 3 people, I think the only, maybe one of the downsides of your person is, I mean, of course, nobody's perfect, okay? So I think one of the things about this person is that even though this is a very fiery energy, like, you know, the Sagittarius, they usually should be, you know, very decisive and that kind of things, okay? Because they're a fire sign. But because of this 2 of Swords card, I would say that your person might be a little bit undecisive, okay? A lot of the times they're gonna take a long time to decide on things, okay? They do have very strong intuitive senses, okay? But because we have the Pluto and then we have the crown chakra, they like to think, and they think a lot. They're thoughtful too, you know. That's another way of saying like they think a lot, you know. They think of things before other people think about it. So that's why that's what makes them thoughtful. So Pluto is all about like intuition, psychic abilities, okay, sensing things that's unknown and mysterious energy and all that stuff. And then crown chakra is about thinking and all that stuff. So that's kind of like that. That's what encompasses this Two of Swords energy. It's about intuition and logic, right? And so I think your person, very often, their intuition is telling them to do one thing, and then their head is telling them to do something else. So they're gonna be they constantly battle within themselves what to do and how to decide on things. Okay, so it has that Libra energy as well. Okay, so not only I sense like the Scorpio energy, the Sagittarius energy, I sense a little bit of that Cancer energy as well, which kind of like, because when I saw these two, I was like, I don't know, Cancer, I feel like Cancer. And then I saw this 4th house card, which if you remember when I saw this and I go, that makes sense. And this is what it makes sense, because 4th house is governed by Cancer. So it has a strong Cancer energy as well, okay, because of the sensitivity. The sensitivity is like Cancer and also the Scorpio energy. And then the thoughtful is definitely very, very Cancerian, okay? So now, this card has that Libra energy, okay? So, so your person has problem deciding things, okay? So often their head and their intuition is battling, so they have a little bit of decision making problem, and they definitely will like probably script out what are the benefit of going this way, what are the benefit of choosing this way, and so when you ask them to make a decision, usually it's going to take a while. So yeah, they have a hard time deciding. So in one word to describe that means they're very indecisive. Okay, they're a little indecisive, which is also very interesting because we have the 4 of Cups, and 4 of Cups is also about, to me, it's also about deciding on things as well. Okay, so because 4 of Cups, if you're in the Rider-Waite card, is about this person sitting under the tree with a hand extended out with a cup, and then there's 3 cups in front of him. And I feel like that's also about like pondering, deciding what to do. Okay, and I know it's also about like not seeing that new opportunities coming. Okay, because it says opportunity beckons and not grasping on that opportunity. But what does that mean when you're not grasping on the opportunity, when you're not seeing that opportunity? It means that you are so much in your head that you can't decide what to do. So now that's that inactivity, right? And so definitely for pile number 3 person, your person has a very big problem with deciding, with decision making. Okay, so that's something that they definitely need help on. And so if pile number 3 of Vivs, you are a very indecisive person, I think it's going to help your person a lot, okay? But if you're also indecisive, then you guys are going to be indecisive together. So I don't know how you guys are going to come up with a decision, but it's just going to take a while, okay? Take a while to decide on things. So that's what I see over here with the tarot cards, okay? With the personality traits from these cards. It's that indecisiveness, okay? And then the battling between intuition and the crown chakra. But your person is definitely very, very smart, very, very knowledgeable, very, very thoughtful. They love to think. They love philosophical stuff. They love mysterious, universal, like Pluto. Again, we were talking about law of attraction. They believe in like spiritual stuff, light and love, angel. They believe in spiritual stuff. They believe in higher power. They believe in things unknown, mysterious things. Like I said, they probably have a very good sense of unknown energies around them, okay? They might even have stories about, seeing ghosts or something like that, or spirits or something, their interaction with like these unknown energies or something like that, okay? I don't know, I just get that feeling. Because Cancer also, if you go, I think pile number 1 got Cancer, and I talked about that too. Cancer is a very psychic. All of the water signs are very psychic. Okay, so but Scorpio would be the most psychic, and then Cancer, and then Pisces. Okay, so Cancer is the next one too, that are very psychic, like very intuitive, and they could feel out things as well, very sensitive, because they're very good with their emotions. They could feel things out for sure. So having this 4th house, that Cancer energy, I mean, it's governed by Cancer, so has that Cancer energy, is that your person does have like this very ability, okay, of sensing out things that normal people can't sense. Okay, all right, so I think when you meet this person might be in the middle of a career change. Okay, they might be, again, told you, they're very undecisive, so it's gonna take them a while to decide what they want to do with their career. So maybe they haven't decided what's the next step that they want to go into. Okay, what career they want to switch into, or what career they really want to pursue after. And so if they're not in the middle of a career change, they definitely is thinking about it, but they just can't decide when to do it and how to do it. Okay, so maybe they know how, but definitely they have a little bit of hard time trying to make changes. Okay, be that decisive person, cutting out ties, and change like very abruptly. They can't. It's gonna take them a while. Okay, to do that. And there might be opportunities present themselves to them, but your person is gonna think about it and have to like sleep on it, and think about it, and sleep on it, and that. Okay, all right, so like I said, I think your person's very spiritual. They believe in the spiritual realm. If they're not religious, they're very spiritual. They believe in higher power. They believe in unknown energies and the universe or something like that. Okay, angels and spirits, and yes. Okay, so now let's take a look at this. So they're a warrior. Okay, they have the strength, the skill, the discipline, and the toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice, and conquering the ego. Oh my gosh, so remember I said these two kind of go a little bit like very similar energy. Learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or cause, which is about like, self-sacrifice. Okay, so I do have this feeling. Why do I see that self-sacrifice somewhere? Oh, maybe this is it. The angel, spiritual guidance and protection. No, this goes with that. Okay, so I think because your person is very sensitive, very thoughtful, I think oftentimes they're very sympathetic as well. They definitely a lot of this water sign energy. Okay, we do have the Pluto, we have the 4th house Cancer energy, and then we have this. So a lot of this water sign energy as well. Okay, so and so they're very sympathetic. They're very sensitive to other people's feelings and thoughts and that kind of things. And they do, the warrior, they definitely sympathize or they like to take care of the weak, the less fortunate. Okay. And they had that skill to do it. So that's something that they definitely don't need time to think about. They will just do it because they are very sympathetic and very kind. Okay. And they don't mind sacrifice themselves for a greater cause that they believe in. Hence this love and light and angel. So they might be very angelic as well. They almost seem like very angelic person. Okay, they're like people who see them, they think they're like little angels. Okay, they make people laugh. They're very humorous, and they like to make other people feel good about themselves. Okay, and again they live in the end cause. Okay, they're constantly living in the end, so they're very self-satisfied. They feel satisfied. They feel happy whenever they are. They live in the moment, okay? Scribe. Preserving knowledge and information. So scribe is somebody who writes stuff, right? So like a writer almost, okay? But over here we also talk about like knowledge and information, very crown chakra, like we said before. And the Sagittarius card also, it's about, philosophies and reasoning and that, all that stuff, okay? So if your person is not a writer, because we have the scribe, so I feel like your person might be a writer, okay? So if they're not a writer, I feel like they're kind of like their hobby, okay, or their side job is being a philosopher. I think they like that. Or for some reason I also get like they're like a poet. They like poems. They write poems. Okay, they like to write about things that are very hard for other people to grasp. So they're a writer, okay? And the kind of things that they write about might be about spiritual stuff, or like things unknown, okay, the universe, or like quantum physics or something like that, okay? Or they like to write about like philosophies, okay, reasoning of things, why things are the way they are, or why things are the way they're not, okay? And also I think they like to volunteer and do good for the community, just because of this martyr and the warrior card, okay? I think on their spare time they would actually go and volunteer and do charity work, okay? Do things for free, like volunteering, okay, at an orphanage or something like that, okay? Okay. And then your person might be Sagittarius, okay? Or they have Sagittarius in Pluto, or Sagittarius in the 4th house. Again, we also talked about earlier that they might also have this Scorpio energy as well as the Cancer energy. But just because of the 4th house and the Pluto planet. But if Sagittarius in Pluto, what does that mean? Okay, so your person might also have this... might also have the person might also show signs of this, like how does Sagittarius and Pluto, what kind of person this is with Sagittarius and Pluto, or Pluto and Sagittarius, is because Pluto is a very dark, mysterious, destructive almost energy, very, very strong, okay? Think about Scorpions, okay, Scorpios. And having Sagittarius and Pluto would actually soften that energy a little bit. This person might not be as intense as someone who has possessed a very heavy Pluto energy, okay? So when you have Sagittarius landing in the Pluto, or Pluto be in landing in Sagittarius, it's gonna soften that a little bit, because Pluto also has like that obsessive behavior and the control, having to control. Think about Scorpio again. But having Sagittarius is governed by Jupiter. It's just all about optimism, about letting go of things, about freedom, okay? So when Pluto's in Sagittarius, that means your person actually might not seem as heavy or intense. They would enjoy, at the same time, they still believe in that spiritual universe, whatever, all that stuff that we talked about earlier, but they're not as obsessive compulsive about it, okay? They're not gonna force people to believe in the same thing that they believe. They have a more open-minded attitude about it, okay? They're not as destructive. They're a lot more optimistic than having like a Scorpio or something that's a darker sign, with Pluto in a darker sign, okay? Somebody who's in like Pluto in like a more like, say, water sign or something, then it's definitely going to indulge in that energy a little bit more, okay? And then what is that? How does it show in a person if Sagittarius landed in the 4th house? Okay, again, 4th house is about Cancer, okay? And Cancer is about stability. 4th house is about stability, about your home, okay? About real estate as well, okay? So this is why Cancers, they prefer to be in their comfort zone. They like to stay at home a lot. They're very homey. And so having Sagittarius in the 4th house means that your person is actually going to not be as Sagittarius, okay? Sagittarius is all about freedom, about not being tied down and that kind of energy. But when Sagittarius lands in the 4th house, that means your person is actually going to be not as like out of control, okay? They will prefer to stay at home a little bit more compared to not landing it in the 4th house, okay? But at the same time, they still gonna have that tendency wanting to go out. So once they stay in the house for a while, they will want to still be let out. So they still don't have that full Cancer like stable energy, okay? They still like to be out and stuff like that, but they're not going to be as Sagittarius where they're going to constantly wanting to be out or traveled or be on the run and move. They will want to return to their home base once in a while and just like recharge and that kind of thing, okay? And also they will have a lot of luck in real estate. Okay, they will have luck in real estate, and they might be very philosophical about real estate, okay, and about like home matters, okay. They're gonna have they're gonna think a lot about, what is home, what does that mean to have a family, okay, to raise a family, to have a stable life. They're gonna think about that. And then they might be pretty lucky in real estate, okay? I think having Sagittarius and Pluto also will shave down a little bit of their intuition ability, psychic ability, because they're so optimistic, and sometimes they are not as sensitive as people with Scorpio or the water energy in Pluto, okay? So you have to see if your person does have Sagittarius and Pluto, then that means what I said about psychic ability, it's not going to be as strong or visible, okay? They might not even have it, okay? Because they're probably not going to believe it as much, okay? They believe it, but they're not going to have as a strong sense of it as somebody with the water sign in Pluto, or especially having Scorpio in Pluto. Okay. All right, we talked about angel, the spiritual thing, so there's that corresponds with that. And then we have the ladder, climbing toward success, okay? So even though they're kind of undecisive, but they are in when you meet this person, they are going to be maybe in the process of a career change, because they do want to climb up again the ladder to become more successful. They do want to have that, okay? And that's what they do think about, okay? Want to be more successful somehow, okay? And then hills, obstacles to overcome. Well, one thing I could think of, the obstacle, is trying to overcome that indecision of theirs, okay? And I feel like you and this person might also be a little bit different. You guys are not going to be none of us are going to be exactly 100% alike, okay? But it's just the percentage of how much you're alike. So for pile number 1 and pile number 2, I do get the feeling that they are very, very, very different, okay? For you and your person, pile number 3, I think I'm not going to say you guys are like completely opposite, but you do have things that you need to overcome. Maybe there's some kind of a value that you guys don't see eye to eye. You might have a little bit of things that maybe at first you guys are attracted to their outer appearance because they're very humorous, they're muscular, they're sexy, okay? You're attracted to that. But then later on, when you get to know this person, you might notice that they're very indecisive, and that might bother you, okay? So that and that's something that you have to overcome, because I don't think people who are indecisive is going to become a decisive person all of a sudden, and I really doubt they will ever be, because I'm pretty indecisive, and I'm it depends on what kind of thing is, you know, but most of the time I do try to think both sides of things, and it's just in me. I don't think I could change that, okay? So there's some things that you guys have to overcome and just kind of have to cater to each other and compromise. And that's what I feel about this card, about obstacles to overcome, that there's things that you guys are going to be very different, and you're going to have to try to overcome that, okay, in order to have a successful relationship. And I actually feel for pile number 3 people, you guys, even though you guys are very, very different, because we do have this love and true love come to me card, I'm not going to say that you guys are definitely going to get married, but there's a good potential that you guys will be, when you guys are together, you guys are actually thinking about, you know, the future or building a family together, especially at the 4th house, okay? The 4th house is about building a family, okay? So building a stable family. So pile number 3 people, I do think that would be something that's going to be on both of your mind when you come together, that do we want to get married, and is this something that mutual goal that we're going to work towards, okay? And yeah, and this is your true love. So this might be your last person that you're going to be dating, okay? And then over here we have the crib, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. There again, the 4th house, building a family, having kids together, getting married, okay? So there is definitely that possibility of this is the last person that you're going to be dating, and then you guys are going to get married and have a family, build a family together, have kids together, okay? If not, this is the career change as well, and this person is thinking about building like being a business owner. But I would kind of refrain from that, because if this person is a little bit undecisive, I don't think it's a good idea to own your own business, because you need to be pretty decisive, I feel like, if you want to be a business owner, okay? But you know, if that's something that you're after, you know, by all means. But I feel a stronger feeling towards having a child, and that's what this building the family together, okay, with this person. And then so now finally is September. September is like towards the end of September is the Libra season. So I did sense a little bit of that Libra energy, okay? Right here, we talked about that. So either if you watch this video as I upload this, you might be meeting this person in this upcoming September, so that's coming up, okay? But you know, all my videos are timeless, and so like say if you watch this way after, that will be the next September coming up, okay? So September coming up, you might be meeting this person if you have not known this person already, okay? This person might be in your life already if it match a lot of this traits that I just described. But if not, then it's September coming up or the next September coming up, okay? Depending on when you see this video. It's going to be pretty quick. I do feel it's going to be pretty quick. Law of attraction, I was talking about it. It's going to come pretty quick. A manifestor. And then love. All right. So yeah, we talked about this, where this person is probably going to be this last person that you're going to be dating, and you guys are going to probably, you know, build a family or talk about it. That's like a common goal that you both are thinking about, okay? Building a family, having children. And so I don't probably have to say more about these 2 cards, right? It's pretty self-explanatory. So now we're just going to say these are 2 spell cards, okay? So if you have not, if you don't feel like this person is in your life yet, we can probably try to chant these 2 spells and attract them into our life a little bit faster. And you can also leave in the comment section below by writing it down and then having other people, and if other people see your comments, try to like them too, right? Try to send them good vibes, good energy, so that we can help them attract this person into their life, okay? And I would probably, if you can remember it, chant it like maybe 2 or 3 times throughout the day, and especially before you go to bed, I would say, that's when it's most powerful, I feel. And you can choose one or the other to chant, or you can chant both of them, make it stronger, more powerful, right? And if you feel like you know this person already, but you're not in a relationship yet, you can still chant this and try to make it happen faster so that you guys can be together. If you guys are together already, just maybe you can chant this and to make your relationship stronger, right? Stronger and better. All right, so the first one is Aphrodite, I call to thee to bring a true love here to me. Aphrodite, I call to thee to bring a true love here to me. And then over here we have true love shall come to me, as I do will, so mote it be. True love shall come to me, as I do will, so mote it be. There, that's your 2 spell, okay? And you can write it in the comment section below and try to attract it, and then try to remember to chant it once or twice or 3 times a day. And if you see other people putting down these spells in the comment section below, try to like them too. Send other people good vibes as well. Law of attraction, you good karma, bring good karma back to you as well, right? And don't forget to like, share, subscribe my channel and my videos. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye. Now, last but not least, we have 4. All right, so here is receive with love and appreciation. All right, so I feel like for pile number 4, people, your person is a very grateful type of person. They appreciate everything. They're not a complainer. Okay, when I see this, I'm just like, they're not a complainer. They appreciate everything. Even if there's bad things coming into your life, they think that happens for a reason, and there's something to be learned from it. And they will see it from a positive light, okay? And try to spin it and to learn from it, and then make themselves stronger and better, okay? And I think they believe that, what doesn't kill you make you stronger, okay? I think that's a belief that your person probably will believe. What doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. Receive with love and appreciation. So your person has this, they're very easily satisfied. They're very loving, very appreciative. They're very, very grateful. What else? I feel like they might be born in the winter season, okay, because just the snowflake. Or if not, they like winter, okay? They like the winter season. I don't know. They have all these birds coming out of their brain, okay? Or this woman's brain. So I feel like they like to let their mind wander, okay? They're very imaginative. They like to let their mind wander whenever they can. Maybe they're a dreamer, okay? They like to dream about things. Kind of like that Pisces energy. Yeah. That's like, what do you call that? It's not a phoenix. It's, oh my gosh, that bird just like, the name of it just ran out of my head. Because I'm in California, there's an area where there's a whole bunch of these birds. Oh my god, I can't remember. Peacocks. maybe they like peacocks, or maybe I don't know, for some reason I'm just like, you might meet this person, if you haven't met this person, in a place where there's going to be a lot of peacocks. I know there's the beach, but I don't get that sense. I just feel like peacocks. Weird. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm going to shuffle cards now. I'm going to pick it out. If you want to participate in the shuffling, go ahead and just watch it through. If not, you can go down to the timestamps below and skip to where I start reading the cards. I will fast forward the shuffling. So, yeah. Aggressive. Thoughtful. Pale complexion. Book smart. And shot. Interesting. I think there might be a split here, because can somebody be aggressive and shy at the same time? Maybe. Passive aggressive. Maybe. All right, let's see what we have for the cards. We're not reading reversals today, so anything that's reversed, we're going to flip it around. So we're going to have, so we have sacral chakra. We have nurture. That's the Empress card. And then we have new vitality. Nice. That's the Ace of Wands. Okay. That kind of goes with this, aggressive. Okay. Prosperity. Organization. Okay. Organization. Talk to your angels. Practice. Healer. Okay. All right. So we have in Virgo. 7th house. That's nice. And then 4th house. Okay. That's actually, wow. Okay. Now we have the Queen. We have the Companion. And then we have the Martyr. We have a few crossing energies, just a few from the other piles. But as you see, I've shuffled my piles. And when I pick the cards, or drew the cards out, I close my eyes and I actually turn my head away from the cards. So I don't know what I'm picking on. And so drawing the same cards is a big deal, I think. Okay. Anyways. We have cracked cup, dissatisfaction with life. We have weeping willow, family sorrow. Interesting. We have egg, success assured with good plans and hard work. We have the horse, which is family matters. Wow, we have 2 family cards. And then we have news is on the way. Okay. Okay. All right. We'll start with these cards. Yeah, okay. So your person is aggressive, thoughtful, pale complexion. So they're it doesn't mean that they're not tanned. They don't have tan skin, but it just means that even if they get tanned, they're gonna turn white again. Okay, turn to that lighter complexion again right after. Like they're there are people like that, okay, that they just can't get tanned. It's very interesting. They get red and then they come back to the pale skin again. All right, so they're paler complexion, book smart. So they're very smart, and they're also very shy. Okay. I feel like this nurture card and the thoughtful card kind of go hand in hand a little bit, okay? So they like to, they're very thoughtful, they're very nurturing, they're very motherly. The feminine, your person's feminine energy is stronger. Doesn't mean it's overpowering, it's just stronger just because we have the Empress card, okay? But they're still aggressive, they still have that, masculine energy as well, okay? So I would say they're pretty well balanced because they're not completely passive, but they're very thoughtful and nurturing, okay? And I think this shy card, I don't think they're shy about everything because that's just kind of weird. But I feel like it's when they first get to know people, so they're aggressive. Their aggressiveness comes out when it's something that they're passionate about, okay? Like this card, new vitality, okay? Ace of Wand. So like when they have a goal in mind and they want to go and achieve it, they are very aggressive and passionate about it, okay? Oh my God, I choked on my own saliva. But when it comes to, like, say they're pursuing somebody like a love interest or something, they tend to get a little shy at the beginning, okay? But once you get to know them, you will realize deep down inside they're actually pretty aggressive, okay? So the shy is just the front. It's when you first get to know them. It's like for example, for me, when people first get to know me, when they see me, like my first impression on people, a lot of people tell me like I have a resting bitch face. I look like a bitch. They want to like hit me or slap me or something like that. I look very cold. But then when they get to know me, they realize I'm actually quite talkative, very nice, very bubbly. So like my appearance, like when you first see me versus when you get to know me, is very, very different, okay? So I feel like that's kind of like that. When you first get to know this person, they're a little shy, they're not very talkative, but then once you get to know them, you realize that they're a go-getter, they're very aggressive, they will work on once something that they set their goal on, they will go and get it, they will do it, okay? That's what I see with these two, because we also get this Ace of Wands, which is all about new vitality, about go-getter, about go-getting, about being passionate, okay? So it has that. And then the nurture card. So this person is very thoughtful, very sensitive, very loving, very, very, like I said earlier on, this person is very loving, very grateful. They are very imaginative. I talked about how I got a sense of Pisces energy, and it's always really cool when you get something kind of affirming that a little bit, okay? You're gonna be like, what? No, where? You know? Well, we have the Virgo card, okay? Right across from it, Virgo is 180 degrees from Pisces. They're the complete opposite, okay? They're the direct opposite of each other, Virgo and Pisces. And then we have the 7th house, okay? And 7th house and the 1st house is directly across from each other. So say if your ascendant is in Virgo, that means your 7th house will be landing in Pisces, okay? And having Pisces in the 7th house, that means that your partner is going to have a lot of Piscean energy, okay, when it comes to relationships, okay? So that's very, very interesting, okay? And if it's the opposite, which if we have the Virgo, because we have Virgo, your person might have Virgo in the 7th house, and that means your person is going to have their ascendant in Pisces, okay? They're going to have their ascendant in Pisces, or Pisces in the 1st house. They're going to have a very strong Pisces energy when you first get to know them. And so either way, Pisces energy is definitely in this pile, okay? Your person definitely going to have this strong sense of this Pisces energy, you know, a dreamer or a daydreamer type of energy. Okay, so all right, we have the sacral chakra, which is all about sexuality and passion, okay? So it kind of like corresponds to this a little bit. So I think your person is very sexual, very, again, when we talk about this aggressiveness, is that when they are very passionate about something, they will go and get it and do it, okay? And they're not afraid to express their sexuality or their sexual, you know, there's or even, you know, the thing is, like, they might not consciously doing that. It's just within them. They just have this sexual vibe to them, okay? Even if they're shy, they're gonna be pretty sexy, okay? All right, so over here we have talk to your angels, practice, and healer. So I think, like, your person's job might have something to do with, like, you know, they might be a little psychic. They might be able to talk to these, like, I don't want to just say angels, but like things, okay? They might be clear, not voyant, but clear, what's the hearing one? Clairaudient, okay? They might be clairaudient, or they might be clairvoyant too. Clairsentient, maybe a little bit. I don't feel that. I feel it's more clairvoyant and clairaudient, okay? It doesn't mean that they might be doing something, you know, with their occupation, but that's just, I feel like that's something that they do it on the side or as a hobby, okay? But I feel like but we do have this healer card, okay? So they might actually be in the business of psychic realm, or again, psychology, psychiatry. With this card over here, with the doctor in the middle, they might also be a doctor, a physician, okay? You know, helping people heal. The reason being healer is like that you know, people have to, or consultant, somebody has to go to them to consult and help heal their wound, that kind of thing. Or your person might also have a job where they have to practice a lot, okay? Where they have to practice a bunch. You know, doctors do have to practice. They have to, you know where they are, try to do their surgery as fast as they can. They may not be a surgeon, okay? Doctor doesn't mean they're a surgeon, but they could be a surgeon, okay? And if that's the case, they will have to practice a lot. As a surgeon, they have to, when they don't have surgeries, I know that they have to practice, you know, on fake, like, models and stuff like that, you know, trying to see or envision, and maybe that's where that comes from. Like, they're very imaginative. I think a lot of like surgeons are very, very good at visualizing bodies and body parts, and they will like do like practice, like seeing the thing in front of them and doing like surgery like that, you know. They do practice like that. It's almost like an actor sometimes, okay, when we do imaginative work, okay? So because I'm an actor as well, so I kind of know a little bit about the acting part of it. But doctor, I just see it on TV, like Japanese dramas or something like that, where it shows like the doctors doing when they do practice stuff. But also not just like doctors or surgeons doing practice, but it could be like, you know, instruments, okay? They might be a musician, because we have two things that are blowing, and they're like flute like stuff, okay? So there's this kind of flute, or I don't know what they're called, but that's definitely like a recorder, or like a flute, maybe a piccolo, I don't know, clarinet or something like that. So your person might be a musician as well, okay? And where they have to constantly practice. Even actors, they have to practice. We have, you know, practice their art. Artists, they're always trying. That's practice. So something that involves a lot of practicing to perfect the skills, okay? So that could be something that has something to do with their occupation, okay? So, and then now we have the Queen. Radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolence, authority to protect others. And then we have here Companion, loyalty, tenacity, and selfishness. And then over here we have Martyr, learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or cause. Oh my gosh, okay. These two is loyal, tenacity, unselfishness, which is, you know, they put others before them. And then over here is like putting like service to oneself or cause, right? So and I feel like this is very much like this healer energy, okay? So they like, I think they might volunteer on their free time as well, okay? Because number 3 kind of has that energy too, or I can't remember, pile 3 or pile 2, one of those piles. And not only that, I think they definitely like to be of service of others, okay? And that's why I feel like any of the occupations in the medical field, so even nurses, I think that would be something as well, because we have a really strong feminine energy, because we have the Queen and we also have the Empress, which means the Queen, right? So we have the Queen and the Empress, so very, very strong feminine energy. And then on top of that we have thoughtful. So even if your person is a guy, they're going to be very, not that they're feminine, but they possess feminine energy, as in they're very thoughtful, they're very caring, they're very gentle, they're very nurturing, that type of things, okay? And they like, feminine energy could also mean, you know, they're, like what I just said, they're caring, they take off things, they don't mind doing house chores, they're, very good at taking care of children. You know, they're very communicative. Things that we associate with females, feminine energy, just think of that, okay? It does not mean that they're gay or that they're nothing to, you know, there's nothing wrong with that either. But it, you know, just people who are masculine, sometimes they get offended if they're not that, and then but it's nothing about that. It just means that you're very thoughtful, you're very caring, and all that stuff, okay? And if you're female, it just means that you have even more of that, okay? Even stronger nurturing things. I mean, there are female that have possessed very heavy masculine energy too, but it's just in this pile, the person is going to possess a little bit more heavily this feminine energy, okay? Again, Pisces is a very feminine energy. Even if got a male Pisces, okay, they're going to be possess a lot of feminine energy. They're going to be very caring and all that stuff, okay? They might be really good at cooking, okay? So, you know, they like doing that kind of things. So now we're talking about over here. So we kind of touched upon this a little bit before. So your person might be a Virgo, okay? So Virgo possesses the personality, like these types of traits, okay? Personality traits where they are very hardworking. They are very down to earth. They're very attention to detail. That's also a feminine energy as well, okay? Attention to details. Almost a little bit of nitpicky on things. You know what? When I saw this organization card, I was like, OCD. I was thinking about OCD. And, but then I was like, oh, I actually don't have that card. And then now I actually realized Virgo. It totally makes sense, okay? Virgo has that OCD personality trait, okay? Does not mean that their cleanliness means it's only about cleaning, but it could be anything. It could be about organizing things, about doing things a certain way, okay? So I think your person might be a little bit OCD on certain things, okay? What else? Virgo. They might also like to, it's not talkative, what's that word? And it's not chatty. It's just, it's a little bit of that feminine energy about like, they just like to, like repeating the same things over and over. What's that word? I can't remember. Anyways, it'll come to me. Also, Virgo is very analytical, okay, because it's governed by Mercury, okay? So it's different from the Gemini kind, because Gemini's governing planet is also Mercury, but Virgo is very communicative, but in a more practical sense, okay, and very analytical sense, okay. So they're very good at analyzing things, and they also like to be of service to others, which totally matches over here, the martyr and the companion, okay. They like to help other people out. They like to service other people. They're a great worker, okay. So your person, if their sun sign is not in Virgo, they might have Virgo in the 7th house, okay, or Virgo in the 4th house. And how does that show up in a person? Okay, what does that mean? It means that if your person has Virgo in the 7th house, that means they will portray a little bit of that Virgo energy when it comes to relationships, okay. So they will become a little bit OCD when they're in a relationship. They'll try to control their partners a little bit, okay, but they're going to be very, very attention to details about their partner, okay. They want to service their partner all the time, be of service to their partner all the time. They're gonna be super thoughtful in regards to their partner, okay. They would be the perfect wife, perfect husband, okay, if you like that. They will think of things before you even think of things and prepare that ahead of time, okay. And then if you have Virgo, your person have Virgo in the 4th house, how does that show up in a person's personality trait? That means 4th house is a home, okay. It's about home base, about stability, about support. So having Virgo, which is an earth sign, in the 4th house means that your person is going to be super stable, okay. They're going to be okay, depends how you see it. Okay, some people might see it as boring. Okay, but so other people might see it as super stable, very, very committed. Okay, the same thing as Virgo in the 7th house too, very, very committed. So I think for pile number 4 people, whether your person's Virgo is in 7th house or 4th house, it's if you are looking for a very, very committed person, I think you will have that. Okay, your person is gonna be, once they commit, they're gonna be committed. Okay, they're committed. They, like what this says, loyal, tenacity, and unselfishness. They're gonna be super loyal, super faithful. Okay, they're gonna be very, very stable to you. They are going to be almost to the point of like, some people might think it's boring, but you know what? Again, I talked about this yesterday in the Chinese reading, but I'll say it here as well. Like a friend of mine told me that a lot of like the good traits you want before you get married, so traits that you want in a boyfriend, girlfriend, when you get married, those good traits actually might turn into bad traits. Okay, that's gonna piss you off. But the things that pissed you off before you getting married, those traits actually might turn into good traits. What does that mean? That means a person who's boring and is so stable and doesn't like changes and all that stuff, before you get married, you think this person is boring. Okay, but then when you get married, that means stability, that means commitment. Okay, so it actually becomes a good trait. Even if they're boring, you don't have to worry about them, fooling around with other people. Okay, thinking about relationships with other people. No, this, it depends on how you see things too, right? And people who are, you might want like a very humorous boyfriend or girlfriend, sexy boyfriend, girlfriend. And yes, before you get married, that's a fantastic thing, because it appeals to the ego. You like people being like, hey, you have a really very nice boyfriend or girlfriend. But then when you get married, you might be very insecure, but that means you're gonna have a lot of competition you're gonna fight off. Okay, when you're not married, you're gonna feel like I kind of enjoy all that attention. And I mean, even before that, you might have to fight people off, but then you're not together, so you might not care as much. But once you get married, you're gonna feel pretty insecure about that. Okay, if your partner is too sexy and stuff, you're gonna think like, are they gonna cheat on me, right? So that's another thing. So anyways, kind of got off tangent a little bit, but I think for pile number 4 people, I feel like this person is a marriage material. Okay, so this next partner is definitely going to be a marriage material, but then it's up to you if you want to marry this person or not. Okay, you might find them boring and this might not work out, but having Virgo in 7th house or the 4th house, your person's going to be pretty stable. And they still might be pretty Piscean, because if it's, again, like what I said, Virgo in the 7th house, they're going to have a lot of Pisces energy, because that means their first house is going to be landed in Pisces, okay? And there's going to be very nurturing and very feminine, and they're sexual. They're very sexy. All right, I don't think we talked about these cards. So now we have, I want to talk about these family issues. So there's family sorrow, family matters, which is very interesting because we have the 4th house, okay? The 4th house is about family, about home. And then we have these family matters and family sorrow. So for pile number 4 people, when you get to know this person, when you start, are in a relationship with them, you might find out more about the other person's family. It could be your family as well, but I feel like your person's family issues and stuff like that might have affected them becoming who they are now if they haven't resolved that problem, okay? Or you guys might have to work on it together, or there also might be the chance that their family or your family might not like the person that you're with, okay? So there might be that, okay? But I think there's some kind of a problems in regards to family that you guys have to overcome, okay? I feel this is more like a little watch out type of thing. I don't think it's super major. It's because it doesn't. Or family sorrow. I feel like there might be, I don't know, I really don't want to say this, but it could have like some kind of a death in the family or something when you get to know this person, or they might be going through that when you first meet this person, if this person is not in your life already. So they might be in some kind of a family sorrow because of a death or something like that, which they will actually, sometimes like really bad stuff and then really exciting things where like adrenaline is like pushing you and all that, like adventures and stuff like that, bring people together more. So that this might be bringing you guys together a little bit more, because he's going to be at his, not just him, he or she, your person is going to be at their weakest, and they're going to need a lot of support and nurturing energy from you as well. And that might help bring you guys together more, okay? And then over here is news is on the way. For pile number 4, I'm surprised I didn't get a timeline. So today, only pile 3 got a timeline, okay? But pile number 4, because we got the news is on the way, I do feel like you might be meeting this person soon. If you don't think you have met this person yet, okay? I feel like this person is coming soon, almost like within a month or so, okay? Within a month or so, which kind of corresponds with Virgo, because when I upload this video is going to be, which is July, and Virgo is coming up, okay? So which is within a month or so. And so I don't want to say it's the Virgo season, because I feel more strongly that it's within a month or so, because my videos are timeless. And so whenever you find this video, it might not be in July, okay? So for pile number 4, I feel more strongly that you're going to meet this person within a month or so. 2 months at the most, okay? 2 months at the most. So I'm not going to give you like a month when you will meet this person, because it's actually whenever you find this video, and it's going to be within a month or 2 that you'll probably see this person coming, just because of this news is kind of on the way, okay? News is on the way, and that is only if you have not met this person yet, okay? Now we have this success assured with good plans and hard work. So I think that's why I feel like with this family matters and family sorrow, it's nothing major, nothing big, because you will overcome it, okay? You will overcome it. It's just that there will be a little bit of things that you guys have to resolve, but it's nothing major. It's something small, okay? Something that you guys have to work on together to overcome. And then over here, cracked up, dissatisfaction with life. Yeah, why not? We're all a little dissatisfied with life. Maybe when you met this person, he or she is going to be a little bit dissatisfied with life because of the things that they've been going through. Maybe probably some family issues, okay, that they're trying to deal with. And or they find their life a little boring because, again, we were talking about this person might be very stable. They don't, because of this earthy Virgo energy, they are not the type that will take a lot of risks. So they even feel like their life is a little boring, okay, because they're not a risk taker. And so maybe having you in their life is going to bring that excitement into their life. Okay, and then lastly we have this prosperity, and we talked about this organization because that Virgo card about, you know, they like things organized. They might be a clean freak, they might not, they might just have an OCD with organizing things. Okay, and then we have over here prosperity. So I feel like when you guys are together, you guys will have prosperity. You're gonna make money together, because over here we have the nurture card, and it's also about, like, you know, having enough success with like a new beginning with things. And over here, success, right? Assured with good plans and hard work. So there will be prosperity in your life, and then you guys are gonna feel pretty abundant as well. Okay, when you guys come together, that's what I feel. You know, when you guys are on your own, you might feel dissatisfied with life, and you might feel a little bored, you might feel incomplete. And when you guys come together, you guys will achieve a lot of things together. I feel like you guys would be a very good team. I don't know, that's great. You know what? It's probably because of the 7th house energy. It's coming off really strongly. It's because it's about partnership. It's about collaboration, about balance, about relationships. So I definitely think when you guys come together, you will achieve a lot of things that you guys cannot do when you're alone. Okay, and then one of the things is prosperity. Okay, so all right, now if you don't feel like you've met this person yet, you can chant these 2 spells, maybe twice or 3 times a day. You can also leave in the comment section below, write it down, and then people who have these spells in the comment section, send them good vibes, good energy, like or love their comments, so we can do that. Okay, well, let's help each other attract the good, the nice people into our lives. And if you do know this person but you guys are not together, you can also do that as well. Put it in the comment section. You can chant it, you know, 2 or 3 times a day. If you are in a relationship already with this person, you can chant it and 2 or 3 times a day, just, you know, to make your relationship stronger, and put it in the comment section below so that people can send you good vibes and good energy as well. And you can also like other people's comments and spells and stuff like that too, to send them good energy back, right? You can chant both spells, or you can pick one that you resonate with the most. Okay, so we're gonna go with this one first. Purpose, planning, efficiency now come to me so easily. Purpose, planning, efficiency now come to me so easily. You know, having this Virgo energy, and then over here we talk about good plans, and then this is about planning, is very, very Virgo. Okay, so I think your person is also very good at planning things. And if you're not very good at planning things, your person is going to be the right person for you. You guys are going to have good plans and achieve goals in your life, you know, together. All right, so the second spell. As this tree grows so strong, so fine, so may I prosper from the universal divine. As this tree grows so strong, so fine, so may I prosper from the universal divine. All right, so that's the second spell. Okay, so you can leave that in the comment section below. You can also share with me your stories. I love reading you guys' comments. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.